Candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy and the charges.
Affleck actually recently walked away from J-Lo because these allegations were coming out.
And isn't there even some concern that, or proof that Pastor T.D. Jakes?
Well, I'm getting right there. So there's this big list that Diddy said, I'm not going down alone. Because Cat Williams went on a podcast a while back, and Cat Williams, who's a well-known comedian in the black community for a long time, he went on a podcast and basically just regurgitated all this information that was just so valid. And he said, all these people, he said, you got God on one side, and then you got the other side. And he said, the other side, they're all going down in 2024. And he mentioned that he was offered $50 million 4 separate times to join in with these Diddy parties to basically be sodomized. And he turned it down every time.
To help his career.
To bring his career to the next level.
Famous people who partied and hung out with Diddy. Apparently there's like at least, 100 plus who are going to be named in his trial. Famous, shiny stars. We named some of them last night. We got a new one tonight, Iron Man. But we don't yet know what the connection is. Like, how are all these famous faces and names going to be connected to P. Diddy in his sex trafficking trial? It's the kind of thing they're all freaking out about, right? And there are many unnamed yet. We're just finding out about them in jury selection. But I'll tell you what, the internet is freaking out and making its connections. Which shiny star had what connection to Diddy, and how could that end up in the case?
You're not going to believe what's happening behind the scenes in Hollywood right now. We're talking about A-list celebrities, some of the biggest names in the world, suddenly vanishing from the spotlight. No warning, no statements, just gone. Jennifer Lopez, Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres. Each one disappeared at the exact moment explosive new developments came out in the federal case against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Allegations of a hidden network of elite collaborators have set the internet on fire. But the question everyone's asking isn't just what did Diddy do, it's who else was involved. This isn't some clickbait conspiracy theory. This is unfolding in real time. In courtrooms, on private jets, in emergency PR meetings. From surprise resignations to sudden overseas retreats, something has the rich and famous running scared. And as more court documents surface, the list of people allegedly tied to Diddy's dark empire just keeps growing. If you think this ends with one man, think again. What's happening may be the beginning of a Hollywood reckoning unlike anything we've seen before. So buckle up, because over the next few minutes, we're breaking down the stunning disappearances, the shocking testimonies, and the rumors that could bring an entire industry crashing down.
You're on a raft.
Yes.
In the middle of the ocean.
Right.
You look in the water.
That would give me so much anxiety to him.
Oh, this is about to give you more anxiety. You look in the ocean, you see 2 people float.
Gosh.
You can only pull up one because that's how much room you have on your raft. You look in the oceans, you see Ben Affleck, and you see Diddy. That's it! J to the L.
When whispers of federal arrest warrants tied to Diddy's explosive case began circulating online, something strange happened. A-list celebrities suddenly started disappearing from the spotlight. Jennifer Lopez, Oprah Winfrey, and Ellen DeGeneres, 3 of Hollywood's most recognizable figures, vanished from public appearances within days of each other. Fans were quick to notice. J-Lo, who had been promoting multiple projects, abruptly canceled events and was reportedly seen boarding a private jet overseas. Paparazzi photos showed her leaving with heavy security, and social media exploded with speculation. Hashtags like, where is J-Lo and Mom J-Lo fled began trending as rumors swirled that she was fleeing potential legal entanglements connected to Diddy's trial. At the same time, Oprah Winfrey, a media icon who rarely shies away from the public eye, pulled out of several speaking engagements with no formal explanation. Her foundation accounts went silent, and no official statements were released. Then came Ellen. After years of high-profile media presence, her name suddenly vanished from the headlines. Reports claimed she had canceled a Netflix documentary and left the country under the radar. The silence from all three women's camps only fueled more theories. Were they just laying low, or was something bigger at play? Their disappearance coincided with the start of jury selection in Diddy's federal case, where over 100 celebrity names were reportedly submitted for review. Though no official arrests have been made, the timing couldn't be ignored. Viewers and commentators online began piecing together past affiliations, old red carpet appearances, and business ties, asking, if Diddy is going down, who might go with him? As fear of subpoenas spreads, the sudden absence of Hollywood's elite has become the biggest clue that something huge is looming behind the scenes.
And whenever these trials come about, the closer you get to the trial date, a lot of things start happening to remove people from the case that are going to strengthen the case for the prosecution. And I feel like we're watching that take place now with one of the male sex worker guys who provided tapes to the feds. He's disappeared. And this is similar to what happened in the Tory Lanez case, where the bodyguard whose DNA was on the weapon, he disappeared. So I expect to see a lot of strange things take place. I expect to see the defense team do a lot of steps to lighten the image of Combs. And we've been watching that take place.
From what you know about him, Sean Combs, obviously the perception of him has changed dramatically since these allegations were made and since he got charged. I mean, from everything we're seeing now, he seems a very unpleasant, nasty, violent piece of work. Is that a correct assessment?
The assessment is going to be correct. So what I've learned is whenever you see a gentleman like this from affluence and power, whenever they have an addiction to MDMA or the drug ARB, they call it the love drug. So he's been doing this drug for over 20 years. So that's going to leave his view skewed when it comes to sexual activity. I believe it's helped turn him into a sexual deviant.
Oprah Winfrey is not someone who fades quietly into the background. With decades of media dominance and a global influence that spans beyond entertainment, her every move is usually front-page news. So when she abruptly canceled multiple appearances, including a keynote speech she was scheduled to deliver at a major leadership summit, fans were baffled. Her social media presence vanished overnight, interviews were postponed indefinitely, and Oprah's team offered no statement to clarify the situation. The timing of her disappearance raised immediate red flags. Why would someone so deliberate and publicly composed retreat without warning? Online detectives quickly connected the dots between her silence and the intensifying Diddy trial, especially after her name appeared on a list of individuals reportedly referenced during jury selection. Theories exploded across platforms. Some pointed to her past interviews with Diddy and their shared philanthropy work. Others recalled a 2010 industry party they both attended, now being dissected frame by frame on TikTok. Her history of supporting controversial figures was now being re-examined, and the sudden silence seemed more like a strategy than coincidence. Even close allies avoided mentioning her in interviews, as though the subject was off limits. The absence of public defense only added to the mystery. In a world where every public figure is expected to speak up, Oprah's silence spoke volumes. And as the Diddy case unfolds, many are asking, is she staying quiet to protect her brand? Or something far more serious? Ellen DeGeneres was once the queen of daytime television, known for her openness, humor, and public presence. But since ending her talk show, her media appearances had already slowed. Then came an eerie silence, one that didn't feel like a retirement, but a retreat. Reports soon surfaced that Ellen had abruptly canceled a Netflix project and was allegedly seen at a private airstrip, boarding a flight bound for Central America. No official reason was given. Her press team, known for quick responses, went quiet. Online communities began speculating that her sudden withdrawal was tied to the Diddy investigation, especially after her name appeared in court-adjacent rumors. Social media users unearthed old videos of Ellen dancing with Diddy on her show and pictures from events they attended together. Fans who once defended her began questioning her involvement. Reddit forums and YouTube breakdowns dissected every detail: who she interacted with, where she was last seen, even her real estate moves. Theories ranged from witness intimidation to legal protection strategies. Whether fact or fiction, her silence created a vacuum that the internet filled with accusations. For someone known for speaking out, Ellen's lack of response felt calculated. Was she just taking a break, or was she being advised to disappear until the storm passes? For now, the only thing louder than her silence is the speculation surrounding it.
It's a shock to many in the religious community. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation. From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House.
T.D. Jakes, one of the most prominent pastors in America, shocked his followers when he announced he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, a mega church he built into a global institution. What made the resignation even more startling was its timing, just days after it became public that he was mentioned in allegations involving Diddy's inner circle. According to court-adjacent documents and whistleblower claims, Jakes allegedly attended several of Diddy's infamous parties and may have helped the mogul rehabilitate his public image through spiritual endorsements. These connections ignited a firestorm within religious communities, many of whom had viewed Jakes as a moral authority.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.D. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
When comedian Cat Williams resurfaced his old allegations against Jakes, accusing him of hypocrisy and warning he would go down with Diddy, many began to reevaluate past statements and sermons. Was Jakes turning a blind eye to disturbing behavior in exchange for influence and access? His resignation statement avoided specifics, but insiders claimed legal pressure and public relations fallout played a role. Critics pointed out that stepping down didn't absolve accountability, while supporters urged the public to wait for the full truth. Either way, Jakes' once unshakable credibility now hangs in the balance. His decision to walk away at the height of controversy may have been a warning sign, or a shield. Cat Williams has long been labeled a conspiracy theorist, someone known for dramatic claims and bold accusations against Hollywood elites. But now, as the Diddy trial unfolds, many are revisiting Williams' past statements with a different lens. Years ago, he claimed he was offered $50 million to participate in Diddy's secret parties, events allegedly used to initiate celebrities into an underground circle. He refused, saying it was a test to compromise him. At the time, people laughed. Now, they're listening. With each new allegation against Diddy, Williams' words seem less like exaggeration and more like a warning ignored. Online, clips from Williams' interviews are going viral. "They tried to buy my silence," he said, "but I didn't sell my soul." His descriptions of how celebrities are manipulated, offered fame, money, and power in exchange for silence or complicity are eerily similar to what's now being alleged in court. Even mainstream commentators are acknowledging that maybe, just maybe, Cat Williams was telling the truth all along. As trust in public figures erodes and the veil of glamour lifts, Williams is being reframed not as crazy, but as courageous. His words, once mocked, now echo through a very different Hollywood. A particularly chilling detail emerging from the Diddy trial is the rumored existence of a blacklist, a document Diddy allegedly created containing names of celebrities, executives, and other powerful individuals he threatened to expose if taken down. Whispers of this list began circulating online after court documents referenced a large number of prominent individuals whose names had surfaced during jury selection. What's more disturbing is the overlap with names tied to the Epstein scandal, raising questions about how deep the connections truly go. While no official list has been made public, the very idea has electrified social media. Influencers and armchair detectives are compiling their own theories, digging through public photos, leaked emails, and flight logs. The fact that some of the same names keep surfacing again and again suggests this might be more than coincidence. The internet is ablaze with speculation. Are we seeing the tip of a Hollywood iceberg? Were these parties cover operations for something much more sinister? Without confirmation, the rumors remain just that. but the sheer consistency of the names involved has many convinced this isn't just scandal. It's a system being revealed, one name at a time. As the Diddy trial pulls back the curtain on decades of alleged abuse and misconduct, two names from the music world have resurfaced in ways that are both haunting and disturbing: Usher and Justin Bieber. Testimonies have revealed that Usher was allegedly present during multiple incidents involving Diddy and Cassie Ventura, including one where Cassie was reportedly struck at a restaurant. What raised eyebrows even more was the claim that Usher may have helped Diddy cover his tracks afterward. Though Usher has not been charged or officially implicated, his silence since the trial began has been noticeable. For someone with such a public persona, his decision to stay quiet has only intensified suspicion. Justin Bieber's connection goes back even further. As a young teenager, Bieber was closely mentored by Diddy, an arrangement that, in hindsight, many fans now question. Old footage shows Diddy making inappropriate jokes about owning Bieber's time and being responsible for introducing him to parties and nightlife. At the time, it was brushed off as humor. Now, those clips have taken on a much darker tone. Bieber released a brief statement through a representative, clarifying that while he was not a direct victim, he knew others who were harmed. That admission alone was enough to send the internet into a frenzy. Supporters now ask, what did Justin see behind the scenes? And how many others, like Usher, knew what was happening and stayed silent? In 2023, Jamie Foxx suffered a life-threatening medical emergency that left fans shocked and confused. Reports described it as a brain bleed or stroke, but what's emerged since then has turned a medical scare into a criminal mystery. During a stand-up appearance, Foxx jokingly stated that he didn't see the light during his near-death experience. Instead, he saw the devil at the end of the tunnel. Then he paused and added, "Or maybe it was Puffy." That line, delivered as a joke, sent chills through the audience. Since then, multiple accounts have surfaced claiming Foxx privately told friends that he believed he was poisoned. Some say he even suggested that Diddy had something to do with it. Now, those once dismissed rumors are being reconsidered in light of everything coming out in court. According to fans who attended the show, Foxx allegedly said that Diddy shut him up when he got too close to exposing what really happened at private parties. Though no formal charges have been filed and Foxx has not repeated the claims in a public statement, the implications are serious. If true, they suggest that efforts to silence potential witnesses may extend beyond intimidation and into outright harm. Whether fact or fear, Foxx's cryptic warnings have become one of the most disturbing side notes to a trial already steeped in darkness. Section 9. Mysterious Deaths and Corporate Protection Speculations. The case against Diddy isn't just raising questions about parties and power. It's casting a long, ominous shadow over the deaths of several people once close to him. Chief among them is Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner and the mother of 3 of his children. She died suddenly in 2018 from what was officially ruled as pneumonia. But many fans and insiders never bought that explanation. Porter had reportedly been writing a tell-all memoir before her death, and rumors suggested she was planning to come forward with damaging information about Diddy's private life. Now, with the current investigation unfolding, her death is being viewed in a much darker light. Others connected to Diddy's world have also vanished or passed under strange circumstances. One alleged witness, nicknamed Gina, was expected to testify in the case but has reportedly gone missing. Another man, an escort who claimed to have video footage of Diddy's parties, disappeared shortly after handing over materials to federal agents. These disappearances echo tactics used in other high-profile criminal cases, where key witnesses were mysteriously silenced or discredited. Adding another layer to the mystery is Diddy's former business partnership with Diageo. The company distanced itself from him just months before federal raids began, leading some to wonder, did they know what was coming? Were they protecting him or protecting themselves? As the Diddy trial barrels forward, a broader narrative is starting to take shape, one that suggests this may be more than just a fall from grace for a music mogul. What if it's the beginning of a larger Hollywood purge? The list of names reportedly tied to the investigation reads like a guest list from the Oscars: musicians, actors, executives, and even spiritual leaders. The public is no longer content to treat these as isolated incidents. The pattern is too clear. The connections too blatant. We've seen it before with scandals like Epstein and Weinstein, but this time the rot seems even deeper. The veil is lifting on a system that has enabled abuse and silenced victims for decades. And unlike past scandals, where insiders closed ranks, this time the public is demanding transparency. Viewers are combing through interviews, old award speeches, leaked photos, anything that might connect the dots. There's a growing belief that what's happening to Diddy could be the tip of an iceberg, and the entertainment industry knows it. That's why some are fleeing. That's why others are staying silent. The fear is real. As new names are revealed and new testimony surfaces, the question is no longer whether Diddy acted alone. It's how many people helped him, protected him, or turned a blind eye. And the bigger question, who's next? So, what do you think is really going on here? Are these celebrities just conveniently taking vacations, or are they dodging something much bigger? The timing of their disappearances, the silence from their teams, and the whispers coming out of the courtroom all seem to point in one direction. A purge is happening. And it's not just about Diddy anymore. This could be the unraveling of a carefully protected system that's been running Hollywood from behind the scenes for decades. Names are being dropped, secrets are being exposed, and the people we once idolized are now being looked at with suspicion. If the court documents are even half true, we're only at the beginning of a massive fallout. The panic, the resignations, the silence, it's all pointing to one thing. Some of these celebrities know what's coming, and they're getting out while they still can. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Are we watching the end of an era, or just the beginning of something far darker being revealed? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next update. This story is moving fast, and the names coming next might shock us even more. Thanks for watching, and stay alert, because Hollywood isn't hiding anymore. It's unraveling.